Tesla Model Y 40,000 mile review.
I'm driving a 2021 Tesla Model Y Performance. We bought this car roughly a year and a half ago. I have a 40-mile commute each way every morning for work. During the pandemic, it wasn't a big deal because I worked from home mostly. But now that we are going into the office every single day, I needed something that would be more suited for that. As it is, I've had this car for just under 2 years, and we've put nearly 40,000 miles on this car. It's been a great car. We haven't traveled a lot with it. The majority of the charging on the car is from my place at work. Every day charging when I get there, and it's enough charge to take me back to work the next day without having to charge at home, which is very convenient, not having to stop at gas stations or be concerned about range. So I would say if you're a commuter, a Tesla is a perfect car because range is not going to be a concern for you. Over the past year and a half, we haven't really seen any major issues with the Model Y. The largest issue I'd say we've had is the spoiler on the rear. Once again, this is a performance, so it has the carbon fiber spoiler. It keeps coming off. We've had it replaced twice, and we're still slightly under the warranty, the 40,000 mile warranty, and we'll be looking to get it replaced again right before it goes out of warranty. But that's going to be a problem. Those spoilers are not exactly the same dimension as the rear trunk lid, and it causes them to peel off. Eventually, it would be a concern, especially if you're driving your car through a car wash or something like that. We only hand wash this car. We also have a paint protection film applied to the car. The other issue that this car has had is the 12-volt battery has died. That was within the first year. It died roughly 8 months into ownership of the vehicle. I wouldn't call that a huge issue. That's why I said the spoiler is the only real main issue we've had with the car. It is a little bit inconvenient, and we hope that the second battery lasts longer. Not exactly sure why the battery died so soon. Could have been different circumstances. However, it just didn't last for us. Maybe your experiences will differ on that one. Overall car quality, I think this car is definitely higher quality than our Tesla Model X that we had prior to this. This car, the only major blemish or defects that it has is some paint defects from the manufacturing process. It's at the door hinges and the front hood hinge. It's not fully painted all the way back. For people to commute a lot, you're going to go through the miles, and therefore you're going to go through tires. The tires on our Model X would go through roughly 25,000 miles on a set of tires. On the Model Y so far, we replaced the factory performance tires last November. So we had them just a little over a year, and we were right at 28,000 miles. They had a little bit of time left on them, but we were running into the winter months, and I wanted to put on more of a winter tire to allow us to go through the winter. As the previous winter, we didn't drive the car much because we were in fear that the car would lose traction. We live in a mountainous region, and we have the need for snow tires or some sort of better winter tire or all-season tire, and the performance tires just aren't up to the par for that. Other than that, the performance tires were good tires. We actually went with a complete different setup as far as tires go. And once again, it works for us, may not work for everyone. These tires, we've put 20,000 miles on them, and they're not even half used. So I think the performance tires, they're softer rubber. They're just not made to last as long of time as other tires. The single best feature on, I'd say, any Tesla is the autopilot. I don't think the full self-driving package is worth it at this time. I think it's a great idea, and it's something I definitely want to experiment with in the future. However, it's just not there yet. It needs to get to the point where it can hold its own and truly be full self-driving without any driver input. And I think we're a ways off before that becomes a reality. However, the autopilot is pretty excellent. It does really well at centering you in the lane. Um, when we got the vehicle, we used to get a lot of phantom braking. So this model came out right after Tesla changed from going with a radar system to just having a camera-based system. So this car has only cameras, no radar. What it does is when we come up to some shady areas and mountain passes, or when the sun's low in the sky and putting shadows across the road, it thinks there's something in front of you and does some hard braking. The other issue is Tesla came out with an update a little while ago to slow vehicles down when they saw emergency lights. Well, not only does it slow it down, it drastically slows you down. Definitely makes you well aware that it thinks there's emergency lights. But where it also does this is on the freeway where you have divider medians and guardrails. It thinks that as you're passing that, the light from the early morning when I'm on my commute is shining through those guardrails, and the system thinks those are flashing lights. So it's a little bit of an issue there, a little bit of a problem. Nothing that can't be overcome. I put my foot on the throttle to override the braking, but it is a little bit inconvenient, I have to say. Other than that, autopilot is a perfect system. It's saved me, I'd say, multiple times from near miss incidents where people were pulling into my lane or cutting me off or stopping suddenly in front of me. So it's been a great system, and I think overall it's definitely a good safety feature. Once again, I at this time I don't think full self-driving is worth it. So if you're up in the air between getting full self-driving or just getting the car the way it comes with the autopilot, I would recommend sticking with the autopilot for now.
Thank you for sticking around to the end of this video. If you found this content valuable, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel for more videos like this. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below. See you next time.